My name is James Kostas. I'm 21 years old. I was born in Allentown, Pennsylvania in the States. Currently I'm residing in Scarborough, Ontario. And basically I'm just an average person, and I've taken on this project that I call A Place Where Only the Angels Live. And it really speaks to our humanity, and it speaks to taking the worst part of yourself and finding that best part of yourself. It's really deep writing. I think dark writing, dark kind of poetic writing.
No one can create your destiny. You have to be willing to stand up.
You know, every human has a right to life, and whether your race or your sexuality or whatever it is, we're in this together in this world, and I think it's society's responsibility and duty to help others when they need help. I want people to hear what I have to say with regards to the different heinous crimes that exist out there and that are continually happening. Every day you see on the news more and more shootings, more and more murders, more and more rapes, where people just can't seem to control themselves or want to take that sickness away from their soul. A Place Where Only Angels Live, it's not about living with angels per se, or living with spirits. It's just finding your greatest part of yourself, which is your beauty. Yeah, I just feel for people sometimes, and I feel a sense of really wanting to help people, and that is an example of, at least with me, that there's something really beautiful inside me. I think that, all of us have that potential. I've been playing drums now for a long time, since I was 4 years old, and I've always been able to play. It's not something that I've had to practice or work at. I've just been very good at it. I have a lot of influences: Sonny Murray, Rashida Lee, a lot of great jazz drummers, Philly Joe Jones, Buddy Rich, Gene Krupa. John Bonham was one of my favorites. Just being who you are, it's learning in itself. It doesn't matter if you suffer from schizophrenia, that's something that you're gonna understand that other people aren't gonna understand, and that's something maybe that you just have to experience in this lifetime. You're still beautiful, and it doesn't matter what you're dealing with or however you're feeling, you're still beautiful. And I think that's really what I want this album to do. I really want people to be able to go to that place where only their angels live. Just doing something good for someone, and just combating against your negativity. Be nice to people when you try to help people, or you try to just have a positive attitude. You're gonna get something positive out of it. Good karma really does, I think, go around. I don't care if you're in prison, if you're listening to this, watching this video, or whatever, you're at home. I'm just a normal guy that really has, a normal guy, but I really have a lot that I want to say, and I hope that, through my lyrics or whatever, that you can get something good out of it, that you can believe in yourselves.
Does evil give you some sort of feeling as though you're gonna hurt them? Seriously now, Is this what you really want? To hurt someone? Even if they are the innocent ones and no threat to you? Is this the choice that you really want to make?
It really bothers me how, someone can do something so stupid and spend the rest of their life in prison, and for what? And for how much pain that they're going to have to go through. And not to mention, most of the time before they do something bad, they've probably been living with a lot of pain themselves. So, they've had a lot of hurt, and because they have feelings as well. And then they just explode. And I think that's what happens with a lot of people. They can't control themselves, their desires. They can't control their negativity, their hate. They can't seem to control themselves. I hope that this material can make a difference somehow. One of my biggest, he wasn't an influence, but someone that I've really gained respect for is Michael Jackson. I was watching on CNN because he was, being covered, and probably still is being covered on CNN to some extent, and in the paper. But on CNN, I was watching this. There was a pastor or a priest that was on, a Jewish priest, I think, and he was Michael Jackson's friend. And Michael Jackson made a statement having to do with Hitler. There was some interview or cameraman or someone asked him, if you think that you could, if you would have been alive in Hitler's time and you could have had a chance to stop Hitler from, becoming what he became. And Michael Jackson said, absolutely, I could have, made a difference. And it really inspired me to see, someone of such fame and fortune to be able to say that.
You have to push ever onward and ever forward to the white light. You gorgeous angels. I know that you can do it. You have to put your mind to it. That's all it takes. You just have to believe in yourselves. You beautiful angels. Love is your right. Peace and happiness is too. It is your right, and it is yours for the taking. But by God, darkness will not give up without a fight. Darkness doesn't care about you. Righteous Trojan soldiers of God, no more of this gorgeous angels painted in black.
Finding that place where only the angels live,
no more.
It's your greatest happiness. You might not. It's not a fairy tale. This is the life we live here on Earth. It's not always going to be easy, but you can sure find a way to peace with, you can find a good life, which is just really being happy with what you got and being able to have relationships with people. It's important to recognize that it's not good to really isolate people into different groups and segregate them. The fact of the matter is every person is a human, and so we can just have a broad system of some sort where we teach in love and we teach in kindness, even at a young age. We teach those things, and I think that would even make a difference. No matter how great the negativity is, once you do something good for someone, it's a far better feeling than acting out on hatred and violence. And I think, it's so much easier to be angry and so much easier to just want to hurt people because you're hurt, because you want to hurt people. You feel that, but then you do something really good. You give to charity or whatever. I mean, that's one of the common ones, I guess, that we try to help people. We try to help sick kids with cancer, or we try to work in social programs and try to volunteer for people. And it's just a feeling that is so much stronger than hatred itself. But I guess it's at the same time really difficult to, for me anyways, I don't always feel comfortable with that feeling. I feel more comfortable being alone, and I feel more comfortable, being in my own world. But it's time to put myself out there, and it's time to get away from being just in my own world. It's time to be in relationships and try to make the best life that I can for myself. And as much as I want this album to speak to people, it's going to speak to me as well. So it's an extremely authentic, genuine, wholeheartedly felt album, I guess. You know, it really is authentic, and it really is just me. And as eccentric and I guess a little bit opinionated and outspoken that I am, I'm just trying to do something a little bit more experimental, a little bit different, something that I hope is going to touch a lot of people.
See, I would have got that wrong, and that's why I stopped. So, Malevolent. I gotta hear Malevolent. Oh my god, I can't pronounce it. But it's not.